okay, we're gonna say anything? Like,
Road Warrior! 38 counting, episode 8. The Patriots are back to the fucking Super fucking Bowl. It's just like every time the Patriots are back, more and more excuses come through the grapevines. We'll hear enough of those. Yeah, we got a lot to talk about today. Jack Lawler to my right, Declan Hickey to my left. We're reversing the outro to the intro today. It's been about a week. We're back to remote right now because, quite frankly, there's a snow day today because if you live in the New England area, there was like, what, Jack, how many feet of snow were there?
I think I got like almost 2 feet.
Yeah, it's like around there, something crazy. And then, Declan, you're in Kingston, Rhode Island. I don't know how much they got down in Kingston, but
Rhode Island.
Listen, yesterday's game was one of those that if you lost, you would have said, "Oh my fucking god, that snow just caused us to lose the game." And I you know, from the beginning of this game, and not to to start from the jump, and I think we can. The Jared Stidham touchdown pass. I looked at my brother and I said, "It's the only touchdown they're gonna get today." From the looks of it, I was just obviously coping because I'm like, Jared Stidham just rolled out and threw a touchdown on the back of the end zone, and I'm a little upset. But it was funny because at the end of the game, I mean, as soon as the first quarter ended, Jarrett looked like a backup quarterback again. I mean, that's kind of what it was. And, threw one touchdown. The Patriots, that one field goal they got in. And then, we'll talk about the Leonard Taylor deflection on the special teams play. I mean, that's a Jets waiver wire pickup. They cut him in week 6. I mean, what a find for the Patriots. They win this one 10-7. We did not predict it to go that way at all, but the snow decided to factor into that. Patriots move on.
Yeah. It's hard to believe we're back. I kind of had a feeling that the Broncos without Bo Nix were going to go down the field and score right away. I just had a feeling. Just open the game 7-0. And obviously, I don't know if you guys thought of it. I did. That pass to who was the receiver? Troy Franklin, I believe, like the 50-yard bomb.
No, it wasn't. He was out. Either Mims. Was it Mims? Was it Cortland Sutton? Was it little Jordan Humphreys?
I think it was Mims.
It wasn't Sutton. It wasn't Sutton.
Sutton got the tutty though.
Yeah. No. It was Humphreys. That's who it was. Yeah. Look, the first initial thought that came to my head was blown coverage by Gonzo. He just got burnt. And then, as the game went on, I kind of rewatched the play and it seemed like the safety just didn't know his assignment and just wasn't there. There was no help. Yeah. So Broncos go down the field and score. And I was like, because obviously Tom Brady all week was saying you got to get up ahead of, in Denver, you got to get a lead quickly. So you take the crowd out of it and the crowd noise out of it. Yeah, it was interesting. It was back and forth. Obviously, the weather changed immensely in the second half, and it was more of a ground and pound game by the Patriots. But gutsy win. First time we won in Denver. First time we won a playoff game in Denver. So it was cool to see.
Yeah, Tom Brady never did that. So one thing Drake May's done that Tom Brady never did. Obviously, even before the snow, it was still a defensive game, all the way. Like even after they scored that touchdown, like the defense settled in, and I still think the Patriots play calling in the first half was not that great, at all. I think Josh McDaniels ran some bad plays, especially he kept trying to run the ball on 3rd and 5, and I'm like, why? It just wasn't. And then, the only thing that made this team spark was the defense getting that we can talk about that crazy play more that they initially ruled intensely grounding, and then they said it was a fumble. Even though it looked like a fumble the whole time, and if the ref didn't blow it dead, it would have been a touchdown. But it's whatever because they still scored anyways. I mean, I think him calling Drake May like run up the middle was a good play, and I think that really just like I think once they scored the touchdown, I knew they were going to win the game. I feel like even though they only tied it, I still knew they were going to get a field goal, and then once the snow hit, it just seemed like no one was going to score, and like so the Patriots getting that stop on the fourth down, and the Broncos not kicking field goal. I think that really just won the Patriots the game because the Broncos kicked the field goal. I don't know what would have happened because I think if the game was tied, they wouldn't have kept punting. So yeah,
I will say on that play by why the fuck why do I always forget Christian Ponder's name when I bring him up? That play by Ponder to scoop and score. I don't understand what the officials are doing blowing the ball dead when
I don't want to do
when
that.
everybody's moving. That part always pisses me off because it's like, dude, everyone's still moving. I look at that second half though, and especially Sean Payton's you know, call with the fourth down. Like, I mean, the trajectory of that game, the way it was going, if the weather kept up, I don't think Stidham and that offense would have scored against the defense. And I think the Patriots defense has shown throughout the playoffs that they are probably top 2 defense in the NFL. They talk about the Texans being the best defense. They got rid of them. Talk about the Chargers being the best defense. Talk about now the Broncos having the best defense. I think the Patriots weren't playing with house money at all. People were giving them shit the entire playoff run about how good the defenses are going to play is, the fraud schedule, this and that, everything. Soon as they go on this run, no quarterback and no team has ever beat this many top 5 defenses in a row to get to a Super Bowl. Now they're playing the number 1 defense in the Super Bowl. I mean, I don't know what the conversation is here anymore. It's kind of getting annoying. I mean, you look at the discourse online, and it's all, oh, this has been a cakewalk to the Super Bowl. You faced Justin Herbert in the first round, the Chargers offense, and the terrible offensive line. Prior to that game, what was the consensus? Patriots play a good defense, they're going to lose. Texans, best defense in the NFL. They're going to kill the Patriots. They're going to demolish them off, on the offensive front. No, CJ Stroud throws 4 picks. Patriots cakewalk the AFC Championship game. Oh, plus Bo Nix is hurt. So, I don't know which way people want to look at this anymore. I just think they're mad that the Patriots, it only took them, 6 or 7 years to get back to the Super Bowl. So, it's just a little bewildering to me that nothing's changed on the Twitter sphere about the Patriots and if this run is valid or not.
I don't think it's reasonable to sit up here and say it's not valid. I mean, yeah, you can say our regular season was relatively easy. I mean, sure. But, I mean, Texans, Broncos, Texans were the number 1 ranked defense all year, and Broncos right behind them. And Texans gave up 227 yards per game, right, at number 1. And then, Broncos right behind them at 228, and then Chargers at 5 with 285. So we beat 3 of the top 5 defenses in the league. And if you're giving us they have an easy schedule, well, I mean, we're scoring points against 3 of the top 5 defenses in the league. So clearly it's not really a schedule thing. Yeah, it's definitely, it's definitely annoying hearing that. But also it's interesting because Denver is the number 2 defense in the league, and we had to play them in the snow in Denver in the altitude, and they were still not able to, maintain us. So, and again, I know it was 10-7, but I mean, they still lost, right? So the defense, when they needed to come up big, defense in Denver didn't come up big.
I also, not to cut Declan off on this point, I also don't get, even though I do cut Declan off. I say not to cut somebody off and then I cut them off. It's like it's just a me thing, I guess. I'm a fucking asshole. But not to give the Broncos fans enough shit because they deserve all the shit that I'm going to give Broncos fans. This fucking week has been a disaster on Twitter for Broncos fans. It's been an absolute disaster. I had to listen to Broncos fans talk about it. What kind of stat line do you think Jared Stidham's going to put up? And they're putting a baseline of 280 yards passing with 3 touchdowns. I mean, the guy hadn't thrown a ball in 3 years, right? I mean, I couldn't bear to listen to that anymore. Plus, the thumbnail of this video is the Jared Stidham with the headphones in, the calves and the ball. Because when I saw that, I was like, this is just I said it from the beginning of the week. I said to myself, they are shooting themselves in the foot. Not to mention, they follow their bum ass Spygate head coach and Sean Payton, who's talking about, oh, they're going to have to rest up and all this shit. And he's trying to walk his comments back. The guy is a joke. They need to find a new head coach. The guy is a fucking joke. They think they can win in the playoffs like that. It's really funny to me. And not to be like a Patrick Mahomes dick rider, because I'm not that at all. I think Kansas City is going to give them a run for their money again when Patrick Mahomes gets back into that division. I don't have any trust in that team getting back and being as dominant as they have been. I give Bo Nix all the credit I can give him, but I don't know. They had a pretty damn cakewalk schedule themselves as well. And they almost lost the New York Giants this year, and we watched Jackson Dart play. So that's kind of my 2 cents on that bum ass head coach they have out in Denver. Declan.
Yeah, they're basically trying to ask to lose to just say all. It's like when you say all this shit, and then And by the way, thank God. By the way, I want to set this up that Nick Foles deleted his dumbass tweet. I'm so glad he
Another
deleted
bum.
that actual bullshit. Like Nick Foles, I get you beat us, but not every backup quarterback is you, bro. I'm so sorry to tell you this, and I don't know. I think Broncos fans just kind of just shot themselves in the foot by just saying all this shit because it's like I think, and also let's talk about as Jared said, every time I'm watching the broadcast, Tony Romo had to mention, oh, his progressions are so I hate losing the broadcast because I get that once the backup quarterback do well, but any time Jared threw the ball, Tony Romo was like, oh my god, he's so good. He's like, "Oh my god, he threw the ball away. Oh, that's such a good progression. Oh my god, he threw the open guy. He's so good."
What I think is really funny is that Tony Romo entered broadcasting and everyone thought he was great. And I thought he was great when he entered broadcasting. A year of
Yeah,
Tom Brady training himself makes him, it's just like, when he was playing football, like a year of him getting in training broadcast and how to be a broadcaster and progression, whatever, made him better than Tony Romo in a season. I mean, you see what Brady does in the booth, not to, dick ride my former quarterback, but like Romo it's so bad. It's unlistenable. Lucky for us Patriot fans, this Super Bowl we get the best tandem in the NFL outside of Joe Buck and Troy Aikman, and Mike Tirico. And let me get that little spin in there, Jack. Let me get a spin in here for our guy Chris Collinsworth.
Come on in here, partner.
Right. Get right in the screen because we got a good fucking duo for the Super Bowl. Before we get to our Super Bowl preview, I want to talk a little bit more about what this run has meant for Drake May and his experience in the playoffs. Obviously, this last game, he was our best running back. I think he had about 70 yards rushing in this game. I think in the first half, when he realized that nothing was getting open or whatever, and he was tucking the ball, I could only think about Jack talking about pocket presence and awareness, and just when he tucked the ball and looked down and got sacked. I was like, that's not Drake May. Like, I don't know what he's doing because he knows he can run out of the pocket and go. And when the second half came and he realized that things weren't opening up and he was taking off and running, I mean, talk about an improvement in the second half, getting on your feet. He only threw for 82 yards, rushed for 70 some odd, whatever, and rushed for 1 touchdown. But talk about, not giving a fuck about your personal stats, about what your accolades could be in your first conference championship game, putting your team essentially on your back offensively when it comes to running the ball. But Jack, what is this playoff experience for Drake and these first 3 games gonna do for his, I guess, longevity and future with this Patriots team?
It's been huge, and it's only going to help him. I mean, to be 3-0 in your postseason or in your playoff career in your second year, it's something that every quarterback wishes they could do, right? I mean, look, he hasn't had his best stuff by any means in these playoff games, but when he needed to step up, he stepped up, right? And like in the Chargers, he didn't have his best stuff. He made good throws to get us in the end zone. Same thing with Houston. He made that throw to Stephon Diggs in the end zone. And then you see it with Stephon Diggs and Kayshon Boutte. And then you see it here. I mean, that was not a designed run for Drake May on the last play, but he saw that there was a lack of coverage on the left side, and he said, he didn't even tell any of his teammates. He said, I'm just gonna take it. So there's the IQ is there, and it's only gonna help him. and it's cool to see. I mean, he doesn't need to play his best to win, which is obviously good. And I think it's a big sigh of relief for him. He doesn't need to be the hero. But yeah, no, it's just upwards from here.
I think it's incredible. You saw the story. You're talking about all the players. They're blocking down to the right, and he pulled it. And it was a fascinating read because I'm like, this is crazy. I mean, this guy sees that a first down puts you in the Super Bowl and says, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to be one-on-one with Christian Ellis's brother, by the way, on the Broncos side. I'm going to be one-on-one.
I thought that was his brother.
Yeah. I'm going to be one-on-one with Christian Ellis's brother. I'm going to take this for a first down. And you just see the emotion. We haven't seen it out of him. He's a very, closed off, nonchalant guy, but he gets the first down and he's fucking fired up. I mean, that's what you want to see out of your quarterback. Declan, I'll move to you. Christian Gonzalez all year, they haven't gone to him. No one wants to test him, right? And when it mattered most, he makes a Bumpin' Gilmore type of fucking interception there off the back foot, Stidham, and he gets back up there. I mean, what kind of a play does that just turn? That play obviously turned around the game, puts the all the glory in the Patriots' hands. But what kind of season for Gonzalez there, even after giving up that deep touchdown?
I think it just sums up how he's been such a focal point of this team. It really showed the impact of him not playing those first 4 weeks, or it's insane because the team, even on the defense, I think him just being in that secondary just amplifies the team so much. I think it makes the other players in the secondary want to play better, like Colton Davis, Marcus Jones, Jordan Hawkins. They have been elite in this secondary, and I think him getting that pick, I feel like he was the person that had to get the pick in that situation to kind of cap off such a great season they've had, and for him to to try to put himself over these guys, because people don't rate him as high as Surtain or high as Stingley, and he's trying to put himself in in that conversation, which I think he definitely is. But I think him getting that pick, even though obviously it wasn't a good throw, even though I heard it was a 50-50 ball, according to some people, but I won't say any names.
We got to get him back on the show because I'd love to kind of see where our guy MBY is at, because I mean, I don't know how you could call it a 50-50 ball. I mean, I think Gonzo ran the route better than the receiver did at that point. I mean,
it was shocking because he didn't really make a mistake like that the whole game, and then he kind of just by the way, he didn't have to throw that. He could have what was that, second down? I'm pretty sure
second and 9. Down. I mean, listen, you're the backup, right? I mean, the whole crowd is yelling "Stiddy up," the whole fucking week, right? I mean, you want to play fucking hero ball. Sorry, getting fucking ahead of myself here.
They also pointed out on the broadcast that they try to do that play on the first down. They try to throw it deep, and they said, oh, maybe they think because it's snowing that someone might fall down, but that's such a risky gamble, and it's if you don't see the throw, I would at least, maybe they should have ran the ball, or maybe just thrown a drag route and see what you get, and then throw it. I just don't get just chucking it up when you have a defender in your face and you're falling backwards. What's the point?
I also want to say, Empower Stadium, is that what it's called? The whatever,
Empower Field,
yeah, right. So
used to be Sports Authority.
So they're the richest owners in the NFL, and they can't have a heated field. I mean, that's
they?
Yeah, they own Walmart too. That ownership group. So I'm just a little.
Well, it's also grass too, though.
Yeah, but also okay. Get rid of the grass. I mean, either make it a mix, right, or get rid of it, because you can't play football games on ice. I mean, you saw
teams have heated grass. I mean, Jack.
Yeah, you can still make it heated, but I'm saying,
yeah, like the Chiefs have that.
You can't tell me as the NFL watches them, put together, that was a good season for them, whatever. Mile High is an incredible venue. You can't tell me that on that first play when the Broncos punted it and we were back inside the 5 and Drake turns around and Mondre slips, then Drake turns back around and then Drake slips.
Yeah.
You can't play football on ice. So to the richest owners in the NFL, I beg you, make the game watchable and make the fucking heated field a heated fucking field. I want to say, we talked about dog of the week, right? The other week, and we kind of handed it to Ramondre Stevenson. I want to make my pick for the dog of the week. a group, and that's the Patriots' defensive line. I think that entire group, the deepest group on this football team, from top to bottom, Milton Williams, Christian Barmore, Kyrus Tonga, Corey Durden, Leonard Taylor. I mean, this group is deep. And we're not even talking about the fact that Eric Gregory wasn't even a part of this game because he was injured. That's my dog of the week. The Broncos offensive line was the most overrated offensive line probably this season. They were ranked above the best. That was horrendous. I mean, the pressure the entire game, it was sickening to watch if you're a Broncos fan, I'm guessing. Milton Williams is a dog. And, you know, if I could pick one dog in the defensive line, I'll go with Milton Williams. But my dog of the week is going to the full defensive line group. Jack, who's your dog of the week for the AFC Championship game win?
I mean, it has to be Leonard Taylor. I mean, like, he doesn't get a finger on that ball, it's probably going in. I mean, you know, that game is tied at 10-10 if he doesn't get a finger on the ball. And who knows what happens. But, you know, he obviously – I think before that game, he might have been on the practice squad for us, and we called him up.
Well, yeah, he'd kind of just been scout teaming it up, and you know, I guess he played hard enough. He was kind of an avid rotational player for the Jets, and then they ended up waiving him. Same goes for Corey Durden, who was with the Giants. So, I mean, good pick for dog of the week. Yeah.
So that I mean, that's mine. I mean, he stepped up when he needed it, and now he's he's a household name now, you know, here in New England. Obviously for that tip field goal. But that's my dog of the week.
Just for the week, a household name, I'd say on radio too. We'll talk about him, and then he'll be one of those guys that's like, do you remember when that guy Leonard Taylor III blocked the field goal to put us in the Super Bowl, basically? Declan, your dog of the week.
I'm trying to go something different. Okay, I got like two kind of, but it's basically like about like the special teams because I want to shout out Bryce Behringer for somehow getting a 35-yard. Okay, no, because think about this.
He's ass.
That was bad. That was one of the worst games I've ever seen out of Bryce Behringer.
Are you dumb? He had a 40-yard kick like in the snow in the wind.
He shanked the ball like 4 times this game.
Yeah, but after he delivered such. By the way,
one of the worst punting performances I've ever seen.
Bryce Behringer's an elite punter, by the way. So let's not do that.
What? Where are you getting this information from?
He's a good punter.
What are you talking about?
He's a good punter. What are you talking about?
He's gone. This is his last. That's it. There's no way he's back next year.
I think him. Okay, it was either him or like a Brendan Schooler who's been like great.
Yeah, Schooler's a fine pick, but Bryce Behringer's like out of fucking left field. It's like you're bringing in. It's like it's the 9th inning and you're bringing in a fucking middle reliever that hadn't pitched all season. Like, what the fuck are we talking about?
I'll go like Brendan Schooler then. I'll go like a Brendan Schooler because he was pretty good on like the special teams unit. You know, so I'll go that.
All right,
for my pick.
Fucking Bryce Behringer. We got a Bryce Behringer supporter. Hey Bryce, you know I don't know. Bryce probably has like what 40K followers on Instagram. We could probably get Bryce Behringer on the show because we got the biggest fucking Bryce Behringer supporter to our left here, Declan Hickey. Listen, you know my kind of closing thoughts on this game. I really think that this defense has been tested, and I think they're ready to go. And I think the biggest point of emphasis on this playoff run is I'd love for people to keep doubting this team. I'd love it because the Patriots have been feeding off the energy every single week. Mike Vrabel, you know, you never see him show emotion, right? He's kind of like, I mean, that's completely wrong. If you know what I mean though, when it comes to kind of being like, you know, this is not about me, it's about the players, like whatever. I think he was dumbfounded and shocked when he got that AFC Championship trophy. I mean, just the way he was looking at it, he looked absolutely shocked that he was in that moment, at that place, at that time. I don't think he expected to be there. And now that he's finally kind of gotten past that, I believe, I mean, this team will be as prepared as it possibly can be. And we are absolutely due for a huge Drake May offensive explosion. And if it comes against the number 1 defense in the NFL, there's nothing you can say about the Patriots playoff run in Santa fucking Clara.
Yeah, look, again, I mean, it's, it kind of just goes back to my, to my point of, look, I know I say it a lot, and I've said it a lot this year, and the Patriots have not done it this year, but they've capitalized. Look, on fourth down, if you're in field goal range, take the points. Like, what are you doing? Just take the points, right? I mean, that's obviously the reason we won that game. 4th and 1, and you have a backup in, and you throw that shit play. It's like you have an elite kicker in Will Lutz. Kick the field goal. So and this was when the weather was good or better. Sorry. But yeah, no, Sean Payton, he did it to himself. I read something. He was leaving the stadium and he shook his head like, that 4th down, kind of saying like, yeah, that's what fucked you guys, and yeah, it did. But again, I know the Patriots went for it a decent amount on 4th down this year, but they capitalized, and it was when they were either up or winning, or when they needed to. You didn't need to at that point in the game. You were just getting greedy. So, yeah, take your points.
Yeah. Sorry, I kind of zoned out.
Oh, like, here's what's going on here. Here's what's fucking going on. This guy's defending Bryce Behringer. Then he's fucking looking at something on his fucking computer. He's going, oh, yeah. Declan, your final thoughts on this game. It was the original question. Because we usually go down the line. We go me, Jack, then Declan. Or sometimes we go Declan, Jack, me, or something, But you're over here fucking looking at a screen. What are you looking at? Bryce Behringer highlights? Is that what you're watching on that other screen?
It was Rick May doing the bootleg. So my fault. It was bro. I was trying to.
You ain't locked in, bro.
Bro, I was watching Rick May do the fucking bootleg, and fuck the Broncos. How about that?
All right, you want to end it on fuck the Broncos? I'm fine with that.
Yes. Is that just fuck the Broncos? Fuck Nick Foles. Get him out of here. I don't fuck with him.
Fucking bum.
He's a fucking bum.
Bum.
The Patriots own the Broncos, and bro, I just saw a quote from like what's the D line on the Broncos? What's his name? Like Benito.
Nick Benito.
He said that they were still the better team. So he said that's why it was frustrating. They lost. He literally said that they were the better team, and like he was like mad he was mad they lost. Yeah, he said sickening knowing we're definitely the better team.
The last thing I'm gonna say before we move on is, there's been a lot, and I mean a lot of talk that the Patriots had an easy road, an easy schedule. I would have much rather had our schedule with our results and our wins than the Broncos schedule with their results and their wins. I mean, they won a bunch of games by less than 5 points.
Yeah, and right? I want to say something to that. Like, there's been a few Broncos fans. I know one in particular that, we could clip this and bring it over to him. But every time I had asked, kind of prop that question up, it's like, oh, it's just Sean Payton's offense. What kind of fucking excuse is that? What does that even mean?
Sean Payton's offense.
Like, what the fuck? What does that even mean? What? I don't understand. Like, I don't get this, like, oh, but if Bo Nix fucking played in the fucking AFC fucking championship game, then maybe... Dude, it was fucking snowing. What is Bo Nix gonna do in the fucking snow? Drake May couldn't even set his feet. What's going on? Empower Stadium? Mile high bullshit? Mike Vrabel and Drake May just broke the fucking curse. Listen, enough with this shit, right? I mean, one thing that 30 other fucking NFL teams can't say right now is that we're to the fucking bowl. Super Bowl bound. Santa Clara. Super Bowl 60. Our brackets were probably all fucked up and wrong. Probably a few things. We did get one thing right, boys. Patriots playing the Seahawks in the Super Bowl. So we got that part right. This was kind of the one that I was intrigued about, wanted to look into more. Seahawks have a number 1 ranked defense. Are they the final piece of the fucking puzzle for Drake May? I think so. We'll get into it. Yeah. But to talk about the Seahawks-Rams game, I mean, a little bit of a disaster there for Matty Stafford and the Los Angeles Rams.
Yeah.
Anybody have thoughts to begin?
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, Jack.
No. Bryce Behringer supporter, you go ahead.
I'll start from the beginning. I don't know, the Rams just their blueprint to beat them was laid out by the Bears. The Bears defense did such a good job at containing him. Like, even though the Bears lost, I mean, I wouldn't really say it was the defense's fault the Bears even lost their game.
Yep.
But they put the blueprint right out for Mike McDonald to just copy. And Mike McDonald, by the way, is a phenomenal fucking coach. He is fucking amazing. Like him and Mike Vrabel, what they've done to these teams to try to bring them back has been absolutely insane. But you know, there were some mistakes that the Seahawks defense made in this game. That the only positive thing I will say about the Patriots is if the Rams can put up 27 on the Seahawks defense, I think we have a very solid chance to put up. We could have a similar chance to put up the same amount of points at as the Rams did. I know our offense isn't as high powered and big as theirs, but I think ours can perform just as well. Even though I know we only scored 10 points this game, but what's because of the snow. And this time we'll be in fucking Santa Clara. So it'll be probably good weather for that game. Um yeah, I think the Rams kind of just got outlasted. Their defense just didn't really play well at all. They just kind of got dusted the whole time. I did say the Seahawks kind of almost threw the game away with a Tariq Woolen play for some reason. Tariq Woolen tried to walk to the sideline, tuck shit to the quarterback, and then gave a 15-yard penalty on 4th down. That was really smart. And the Rams just didn't capitalize. And then, they almost got that chance at the end of the game, which would have been insane. But Puka's knee was down, which really sucked for them because I think if they get to the 50-yard line and they had a shot, I think they would have gotten it. I just had a feeling of that. So yeah, but again, this Seahawks team, and I'll wrap it up with this, looks amazing all around. JSN, insane. They didn't have Zach Charbonnet, didn't matter. Kenneth Walker's an actual beast. So I think it'll be a close game going into it. So,
Yeah. Look, I've never been a Stafford guy. I don't think I ever will be. It's weird for me to say because I know he's a former Bulldog. It's
Go
just
Dogs.
I was always wanting Seattle. And the reason why is out of those two teams, Seattle and LA, if we were to lose, I would want it to be to Seattle. That's one reason. But the second reason is I didn't want Stafford, who's done it, who's a proven winner, to have the availability of not being under pressure in Santa Clara if it needed a game winning drive or whatnot. And I wanted to put the pressure on Sam Darnold. Granted, Sam Darnold, I mean, that was a superstar performance out of him last night. I mean, 3 touchdowns, 300 something passing yards. I mean, it was elite. And what he's done all year has been elite. And I'm happy for him. I am. And it's cool to see the Seahawks back in action. I will say, though, I thought the Rams were going to win the game after that Tariq Woolen taunting penalty. I mean, I don't know. One, I don't know what he was doing, but two, in my opinion, I think taunting is such a soft call. It's like these guys make great plays. They're gonna like show emotion after you make a great play. Anybody is, right? It's like taunting. These guys are adults. Give me a break, right? It's like, come on. But yeah, I guess some people can say be smarter than that. I understand, but a taunting call, it's in that point in the game, it's a little ridiculous. But no, Seattle's a good team, man. I mean, their defense can fly around the field. They're looking a lot like Legion of Boom. But yeah, Kenneth Walker's a dog, as Declan mentioned, and Sam Darnold doesn't seem like he's feeling the pressure at all.
And JSN, we didn't even mention him.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I need to mention him. I mean, he is. I mean, I think it was like 4,700 receiving yards this year. I mean, he's incredible.
I do want to say, as much as I want to give this Seahawks team praise, I have a lot of friends that are Seahawks fans, especially big shouts out to Josh Richardson, one of my play-by-play commentators from the Cape Cod League. He's a Red Sox, Seahawks, Cavs. It is an insane story for each one. It's phenomenal. I'm sure we'll have him on the show at some point. I got a lot of friends on that side, and I like Mike. I like their coach. I like McDonald a lot. That being said, they're our fucking enemy for these next 2 weeks. So,
Yeah.
that's kind of enough praising that we can do. I do think that the Patriots match up quite well with them, offense to defense. I look at the secondary. Christian Gonzalez was picked 4 picks ahead of Jackson Smith-Njigba. Now, Njigba has the opportunity to face Christian Gonzalez. And whose fucking dog is barking right now?
Someone.
Jack, what's going on downstairs?
I'm sorry.
What's going on?
I don't know. But
Njigba has the opportunity now to face Gonzo, right? And for Christian, he's gonna have a lot on his plate. I think that Gonzalez can really put together a great game. We've seen him against some of the best talent in the NFL. And then we look at Rashid Shaheed, Marcus Jones, Carlton Davis. I mean, these are people that they can match up. I think Marcus Jones, in my opinion, would be a great matchup with Shaheed, especially due to his speed, and both of them speedy guys. I look at that offensively, but now I'm a guy that's always looking in the trenches, and we know this the entire playoff run. The trenches win ball games. I think the Seahawks offensive line, their tackles, they're pretty solid. You look interior-wise, not great. So, I think that Christian Barmore and Milton Williams, they can put together a pretty solid, showing against this interior. And for Kayvon Chason to just continue, I mean, you saw the pressure Chason put on for the Gonzo interception. I mean, I think this defense can put together a damn good game. Gives Robert Spillane 2 weeks to rest up. He didn't play at all in the second half of that football game against the Broncos. So, I mean, I think they can really match up well defense to offense. When it comes to the offense against this defense, they're in Santa Clara. The weather is finally not going to really be an issue for the Patriots offensively. Will Camp will put up a 60 grade pass block, which still isn't great, but better than the 19 he had against Will Anderson in the Texans game. I think that the Patriots offense can really get going against the Seahawks defense. It is very good. They cannot play around with their food. When they have opportunities to score, they must get in the end zone. And like Jack said, and Jack's been the absolute number one communicator on this show, take your points when you have them. You're in field goal range. It's 4th and 4. You're already up by a touchdown. Go up by 10. I think that's kind of what the approach is going to be. But from May and across the offense, this has to be their best game against the best defense in the NFL. This would quite literally solidify the playoff run. You put together a win and get your 7th Super Bowl, your first for Drake May.
Look, the one thing I'm worried about, and I think I have, the right to be worried about this is, I know it was bad weather in Denver, but look, we need more out of Brian Behringer, because if he's going to punt it 30 yards to
Bryce.
Sorry, Bryce. He's going to punt it 30 yards to Shaheed. I think bad things will happen. Honestly. I mean,
He won't do that though. It was snowing.
But he hasn't been good all year.
Right.
I don't think that's true.
I just look, what? I think Shaheed is going to have a field day with his punts, and it could be bad. And you can't give this Seattle offense a good field position to start the drives.
They're probably not going to punt to him, though.
I mean,
probably going to be the game plan. Like, this special teams is good for the Patriots.
All right. So we want to talk about Bryce Behringer's stats? I'm fucking here with him. Bryce Behringer, enjoyer. He's 25th in punts. He's 20th in average, and his average is 46.5. There's guys that are like 38 years old that can punt the ball further than fucking Bryce Behringer.
I think he's just better than you think.
What? Yeah. A punt is a punt.
Clearly he's not.
A punt is a punt. It's not like, oh, the eye test. A punt is a punt. The punt goes far, good. Punt goes short, bad. There's like no way to fucking get around it.
I think the last punt of the game he had, though, was a good punt.
Okay, cool. We can't say he's a good punter.
You have one good punt in the game. That's not good.
Shake the ball like 8 times.
It wasn't, yeah.
You talk about every facet of the fucking game. Offense, defense, special teams. In the Super Bowl, every fucking facet matters. Like, we've seen it. We've watched Super Bowls. We're from this region. We know what it's like.
I think the special teams unit as a whole, though, is good, though. I think the special teams unit as a whole.
Sure, but if you're punting the
Is
ball
good.
and you're shanking it short of Rashid Shaheed, and he takes that shit past the 50, Sam Darnold has 40 yards to play with.
I just
Get
don't
the
think they'll
fucking end
punt
zone.
to him. I think they'll do a good job about not giving it to him. I think they'll punt it out of bounds.
Oh, he's good at that.
Well, he should punt it out of bounds. Are you,
You
like,
should
dumb?
punt it out of bounds?
On him, yes.
Every time Rashid Shaheed is out on punt when we're punting the ball, we should punt it out of
You
bounds.
don't want to give him the ball. What?
So if you punt that shit out of bounds with his
Teams punt out of bounds all the time. What are you talking
with his
about?
46.5 average, you're telling me you want to punt the ball out of bounds. What if we're punting the ball at the 20? Where does the ball end up?
Well, obviously,
At
I'm
the
saying
fucking
they punt
50?
out of.
You want the fucking
Obviously,
ball at
they
the
punt
50?
it out. Obviously, they punt the ball out of bounds when you put the other team like in their own half, you usually punt the ball out of bounds. Is that like crazy talk? Like, I don't.
No, what a good punter would do is try and punt it over his head. But Bryce can't do that. His leg is a rotisserie chicken, so
I'm
he
saying
can't get
you
the
punch it out
fucking
of-
ball over Rashid
People punt the
Shaheed's
ball
head.
out of bounds all the time. What are we talking about?
Well,
People
that's
punt the
not a
ball
good
out-
thing, Declan. What I'm trying to tell you is, you punt the ball over the guy's fucking head. You don't fucking punt it out of bounds every time when it's a good punt returner. Fuck.
What?
What do you mean, what?
You definitely do both, though. You definitely do
Sure,
both
but I'd
things.
rather the guy punt it over his head, not punt it out of bounds to the fucking 50. Are we serious?
When punt it to the 50. Come on, like, now we're reacting.
46.5 average. What if we punt the ball from the 20? Where the fuck is the ball gonna end up? Our 40, right? Or their 40. Whatever the fuck it is. Like, it's bad. It's so bad. And Andy Borregales, I love the guy. He won us the game yesterday, right? In good weather, like there's gonna be in Santa Clara, you can bank on the fact that Borregales is gonna fucking hit every long field goal. He's Andy Borregales. It's good weather.
Yeah.
We picked
I'm
the
not gonna lie,
kicker
like-
from Miami. I'm not expecting him to hit fucking 65-yard field goals in the snow, but for a punter like Bryce fucking Behringer, get the ball over his head. Jesus.
By the way, to Andy Borregales, I think without the wind, he would have made that. I'm not gonna lie.
I just want to say, I never thought in
No.
my life we would be talking about Bryce Behringer on the 38 and Counting
Me
podcast.
either.
I never thought we would.
Me either.
Going back to the Seahawks-Patriots matchup, holy fuck. I think their defense is great. Their secondary is great. They're a lot different than the Texans. They don't play to their power. They're like a very strategical defense. They can rotate guys, you know. And the thing about Drake, though, is that he's so good against pressure. He's so good, you know, that's kind of the whole thing. He's got like 17 touchdowns, you know, whatever the fuck it is against pressure. I think they're going to try their best to rotate the secondary around, get linebackers in space. And I think the Patriots are going to have to run the ball. And I hope Trayvon's shoulder is recovering well, because, I mean, this playoffs, it's been kind of a disaster for Trayvon. I don't know what they're doing, scheming him with inside runs. They got to get him in space. They got to get him outside. Ramondre's kind of continuously been a great back in this playoff run, and even in the back end of the regular season. I'll start with Jack on this offensively. What are your expectations? What do they have to do to win this game?
Yeah, look, I mean, again, they've come from, you know, behind before, right? But they got to start strong. You know, I would, to be honest, I would like to see them, if they do win the toss, to defer. Wait. Yeah, to defer.
Yes. Yeah, you got
I
it.
was mixed. I had a brain.
Got too much fucking Bryce Behringer in the head, so you had to, you know, you forgot what the coin toss.
And go down the field and score, right? I mean, look, I think Vrabel just needs to say, look, guys, I mean, this is another top defense. We know what we can do against top defenses, but look, we got to score, and we got to score early. And I think McDaniels has got to be dialed in. He can't be doing this nonsense play calling that gets us a negative 1 yard run or a 2 yard pass. Like, I think we got to pass the ball more, to be honest. If the weather's nice and it relies on an air game, pass the ball more. Trust your receivers. So
Talk
that's
about
what I would
Matt
like to see.
Collins returning and then getting two big catches in that game. Flea Flicker and the other. I mean, that's what we talked about. I mean, the fact if you told me in June that I'd be waiting for Mac Hollins to fucking return, I tell myself to shut the fuck up. Declan, what does this defense for New England have to do against Sam Darnold and his offense?
I think definitely puts that O line around. Like I think I look like this Seahawks O line is kind of around like the middle of the pack, as in like ratings of O line. So I think that's probably like their like weakest part of their whole like team. I think like obviously if I think just like the D line putting pressure early on like Darnold is the key thing. To get Williams in, to get Ponder in, or they get Tonga in there, to get like any of them. Just like I think just getting the pressure early on them will like really because I feel like if they don't get the pressure on, and like there's too many open throws to whether it's like Cup, JSN, you know, whether it's like any of the wide receivers. I think you definitely just want to get pressure on there early, just to force any mistake. Because I feel like the two teams that have gone against Darnold really haven't pushed the O line around enough. Like I know, like Jared Verse is like a good edge rusher, but he didn't really push the needle as much. So I think if there be a team to kind of push the O line around, because the Seahawks haven't had to face that in the playoffs yet, I think that's your key to win the game.
Is it crazy to say that the Patriots are the best defense the Seahawks have faced in the playoffs?
No, because the Niners gave up 41 points, and they scored 31 in the Rams.
I don't think it's crazy.
I don't think it's crazy either. I think this is going to be a test for Darnold. I think Zach Kerr deserves a fucking lifetime contract. The way that he's been calling fucking plays. As much as I hate that he stays in zone, like he likes to give up 4 yards, 3 yards, 4 yards. Like if they're in man, they give up more bigger plays, but the pressure I think would be better. But again, what the fuck do I know? Zach Kerr's been incredible in the playoffs. The defense,
phenomenal.
The players are first, obviously. The players on defense have been phenomenal. They just need to find that balance on February 8th on Sunday in Santa Clara. We will have more to talk about this week for our second episode. Just to kind of preview this game, we're not going to give our prediction out yet because guess what? We have another week to go. I mean, this is just the first week of this. We got 2 weeks until the Super Bowl. So we're going to have to push our predictions until next fucking week, basically, to talk a little bit more about this game. But, we've got a second episode coming up this week. We're going to talk Celtics. There, we're going to talk Red Sox. There, we're going to talk Revs. There, we're going to talk Bryce Behringer. We're going to talk it all. All right, just as we did this episode.
The Pro Bowl as well, bang.
Oh, Jesus, the Pro Bowl. Jack, are you ready for the flag football Pro Bowl or what?
To be honest, I'm kind of excited.
You know who Drake May's replacement is?
I'm actually not even kidding.
Who's Drake May's
replacement? You guys know who Drake May's replacement is?
Who is it?
Shadur Sanders.
Nice, perfect timing. Shadur was
the whole generation.
Listen, Shadur Sanders, man, give him. I think he can be. He's got a little in the tank there in Cleveland. We'll see how it goes. Hey, we're to the Super Bowl. We got a lot more coming your way. 38 and counting, episode 8. Jack Halal to my right, Declan Hickey to my left. Thanks for listening and watching. We'll see you next time.
Peace.
Bang.